Welcome to this week's fashion and style episode of ANOKHI Daily Spotlight TV. Today we're going to be hanging out with Neelesh, owner and creative director of Mahayatra, a men's accessories company, to talk about his summer 2014 collection. Hi Neelesh, so glad that you could be with us today on the show. Really excited to learn about your summer collection, so walk us through what we have here today.
Sure, thanks for having me. It's fantastic to be joining you guys again. So what we have here today is our summer collection, sort of leading us into fall. And what we sort of based this collection on was something called freedom.
Okay.
If you think about all the different elements that sort of go into freedom, fighting for freedom, the people that actually wear certain types of apparel and prints, things that sort of follow on alongside that sort of theme itself. What you notice over here is we sort of continued our focus on embroidery within prints.
Okay.
And a lot of times people look at camouflage and what they end up doing is they just print it on a tie. What we wanted to do was embroider the pattern within the different collections, and we sort of still stuck with the slimmer silhouette because we felt that from a trend perspective it's still continuing right now.
It definitely is.
Yeah, and this pattern itself, you know, we've seen for the past several seasons continues itself to be very inspirational in many different menswear lines. So to complement these ties, what we sort of did was we said, you know, it is summer and you know we don't want anything too heavy at the same time. So the slim line sort of keeps with that silhouette, and we also introduced some linen pocket squares, which sort of go nice. And it's not, we're not saying that you continuously have to wear them both together. If you think about summer, we start to convey color. So what we also wanted to do with this was introduce color, but also introduce fabric. With this here, we have a combination of cotton and silk together, which again, still adds that element of lightness.
So let's talk about what we have here, because you've got the camo done on that side, but then you've got all these other great patterns here as well.
Perfect. So what we've done here is we sort of continue on that theme around freedom. We sort of think about the things that sort of go along with it. And you know, there is the element of sacrifice, of course. And so the skull print is something that we sort of see continuing on, not just, I would say, formal wear, but what people do from a casual perspective as well, too. So what we wanted to do here was introduce sort of this element of, I would say, edgy with on silk.
This is like the McQueen inspiration.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
What is really interesting about this print is, like, till you just mentioned it, I almost didn't even realize that they were skulls. Yeah. And I think that's what the artistic prowess of this piece really is.
Exactly. What we wanted to do was allow, you know, it to be a conversational piece. People, you know, within the work environment, corporate environment, you know, to be able to go in and say, you know what, I might wear more of a conservative suit, but I can add these elements.
And you're definitely adding a really great personality with these floral prints as well. But this fabric is different than obviously what we have with the camo.
Exactly. So this over here is sort of what we found people gravitating towards when they think about more formal wear, formal weddings, and things like that. So this is 100% silk. Okay. Still focus on embroidered designs within the material itself, and more than anything else, it's a great summer tie for those summer weddings, summer receptions, and that's where we see a lot of people sort of gravitating towards that. And then, you know, same sort of thing. We sort of move into a reception sort of mode or something a bit more formal. This element of the top hat and the cane sort of gives you that bit of a...
Which I think is really, really cool. Now for our audience, I'm sure they want to know where they can get your stuff as well. Yep. So where can they find your stuff?
So they can find it today here in Toronto, of course, at a store called Uncle Otis, located on Baylor Avenue in Yorkville, and also online at store.mahayatra.ca.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And for more on our show, visit anokhimedia.com and our YouTube channel. And don't forget to interact with us on Facebook and Twitter.